Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment. So here we are, late night, 11:30, this 26th day of January. I just want to backtrack. It's been like 11 days since I have been in front of the camera. So this is therapy for me. This is why I started doing this in March of 2017. So 9 years. So again, therapy for me, just a few notes. If you can relate and you're watching this live, please leave a comment. If you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. So a bit of a learning curve for me, coming a long way from just using the phone to the laptop, which was a gift, to this new software. So just looking forward to being able to add graphics to this live stream within the next coming shows. Working alongside Maya June, film director, producer, putting the documentary together from Feed the Pigeons Films. I know that Maya and myself will be in contact at least 3 or 4 times a week, I think, moving forward. So just a lot of fun. Okay, here we are. So I can see the comments. Okay, so everything is so far so good. Okay, thank you for the insight. Okay. I'd like to start off talking about the weather. And aside from going out last night for supper, because it was my birthday, and I'll talk about the amazing place we went to, was the first time that I ventured outside this weekend, aside from going to work today. But getting home Friday night from work, watched the fog on the harbor. On Saturday and Sunday, the ferry would just disappear into the mist. And I know it obviously has something to do with the temperature, but it seems the colder it gets, the more dense the fog on the harbor. Minus 30 with the wind chill on Saturday. It was early this morning, overnight, that the snow started to fall, and it's been this light snow all day, and there's still a snowfall warning in place for this evening. There's been a lull in the snow. It's kind of good. It's given the 400 plus personnel that are out looking after the roads here in Nova Scotia a bit of a break. But just looking at the Environment Canada forecast, it does look like the temperature, not the temperature, well, the temperature is still going to be in double-digit low. But the snow is expected to pick up again overnight. Some places could see an additional 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. And before I lose my train of thought, with the snow, and Maya will be able to relate to this, and I know that snow does act as an insulator, specifically for those that are, so unfortunate that they are outside in the elements this evening, going back and forth into the city, coming back on the bus tonight. There were lights on inside of the tents at the Barrington Street encampment, lights on, tents half buried in snow. It kind of, on the way in this afternoon when it was light out, I thought to myself, and I made a note of it, that it looked like colored mountain peaks sticking out through the clouds. So know this evening, and again, this is why I do this, to let you know in real time that there are humans out tonight, lights on at a few of the tents that remain at the last 2 designated encampments. The other one is the wide open space in Dartmouth. So just the snowfall warning continues for tonight. It's going to snow right into tomorrow. So if you have to venture out, if you have to go out for work, be careful. Please be careful. Watch your footing. Everyone's walking around like penguins. And I'm sure shelters are to capacity. I have no doubt. I'm hoping that people are couch surfing. People are wherever they need to be, but not out in the elements. But I know I saw it with my own 2 eyes. And anyone that drove down Barrington this evening, you saw the lights on. You saw the lights on as well. So just a shout out to the Oath Lounge. The Oath Lounge in Dartmouth. right across the street from the Alderney Library. Went out for a birthday supper last night, me, Jen, Kaya, and what I will say, the first thing that struck me was how chill it was inside, and the view that we had from the table was a majority of the Halifax skyline. And I couldn't help but think when many years ago, in the early 2000s, when I was lucky enough to live in North Vancouver, we were like on the third floor of this house, and it had this tiny little room where you could go in and sit down and see the entire Vancouver skyline. Just a great night out, delicious meal. Thank you to the Uber drivers that got us there back and forth, safe and sound. Great food. I highly recommend Oath Lounge in Dartmouth. And there's a deck outside that right now it's covered in ice. But I can tell you, I would encourage people to, that's going to be a hangout. That deck probably in the summertime will get 80% of the sunshine. So just beautiful there when the sun is high noon, and some magnificent sunsets, no doubt. So my 53rd birthday yesterday, all in all, I would give it an A+. Turning 53, it's okay. It's okay. And what was special about my birthday this year, I was able to share it with a great conversation with two ladies from Dartmouth, Nova Scotians, Lynn Orton and Rebecca Neely. They are the founders of Hugs, Hearts United in Giving Society. We had a chat on Friday morning. The weekend I did some editing, put it together. It aired originally yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the evening on Folked Up Radio. You can now hear that entire conversations uninterrupted, 35-minute conversation uninterrupted. It's now up on my YouTube channel. And I'm always looking for guests, which leads me into Maya, who is putting this documentary together, featuring anyone and everyone that wants to talk about a situation that they have been in, which at times has led them to being unhoused. Maya has their own story. So if you know someone, definitely point them in that direction. Some people are already wanting to get their story out there, so be looking for individuals who will be featured in this documentary. I'm hoping that they will also be featured on my talk radio program. And just a quick couple of notes about Folked Up Radio, the folk station that's based in Perth, Andover, New Brunswick, just up the river from where I was born and raised. I was born and raised in Woodstock, New Brunswick. It's the number one folk station in Canada. It's currently airing in 162 countries, and we're really popular in Holland. So I'm just loving that. Absolutely. That's what this platform is all about, Maya. So like I was telling the audience maybe before you started watching the broadcast, you and I think we're going to do some serious collaboration together. I look forward. Everyone, when you vibrate at a higher frequency, or at least you try on a daily basis, then you're going to cross paths with people who are operating on that same frequency. So looking forward to this partnership. Again, just helping people get the story out there. I don't think Maya needs any of my help to get that story out there. They're doing quite well by themselves. A couple of sports things I want to talk about, then I'm just going to end the show. Again, just in here real quick. Started watching Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. Great show. Fallout is another one that we're binge watching. We just finished watching Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes. So if you're into binge watching anything as we try and get through this just horrific stretch of weather. And I will say about the weather, going back to the Farmer's Almanac. The Farmer's Almanac is so accurate to what's happening with the weather right now. I knew this deep freeze. I knew this deep freeze was going to happen in late January, in November, because the Farmer's Almanac told me so. Looking forward to this matchup. Spending 21 years in British Columbia, had the opportunity to go see a couple of Seahawks games in Seattle. The last time that they were in the Super Bowl, I believe it was Super Bowl 49, when they lost to the New England Patriots. I believe those are the correct numbers. Well, they're meeting in Super Bowl 60, New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. I know a lot of Seahawks fans who have that's been their team their whole lives, so I will be rooting for the Seattle Seahawks to win the 60th Super Bowl that's coming up in Santa Clara, I believe, is the someplace nice. And really looking forward to the Olympics. The Olympics kick off February 6th from Italy. Really looking forward to the hockey. I believe there is a 5-hour time difference, so it should be good prime time events on afternoon, late afternoon. So the time change favors the audience here on the East Coast, who is looking forward to another Winter Olympics and NHL hockey players back on the ice battling for gold. Okay, 12 and a half minutes. I'm liking this. I'm liking this new OBS. So in the near future, again, one of the things that I'll be working with Maya, we're learning different software. So what they learn, they're kind of teaching me when we have our meetings in the morning. That's another beautiful thing about my schedule. I don't have to be to work until 2:30 in the afternoon, so my mornings are wide open. So hoping to learn lots of things, and in the near future you'll see graphics and different things pop up on the screen as I yammer away. Okay, late night, 11:45. Be safe on the roads. Looks like there's more snow on the way. The snowfall warning continues. I didn't have this written down, and I almost forgot. But something that Jen and I have started in the new year, we got some great board games for Christmas. Chess is something that I want to learn to play, but we're going through this phase right now where we're playing lots of backgammon and the card game that Scopa. Scopa is an Italian card game. So Scopa and backgammon are a couple of games that we try and play 2 or 3 games every night before we go to bed. So what are you doing with your significant other before going to bed? I don't know why I left it there. Okay, that's going to do it for me. 15 minutes. Let's tap out of here. My name is Matthew. Thanks for the live views. If you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. My name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.